Our nation's capital is an exciting place to visit. But for these middle and high school students from Milburn and Clark, it's a somber journey. They're on their way to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial.
My father was a Holocaust survivor.
Mike Rebel shares his father Morris's story during the 4-hour bus ride. It's a story of how Morris survived the brutality of concentration camps like Ebensai. Morris told his story to as many people as he could before he died.
But I was 60 pounds when I was liberated. And there was nothing but bones.
Mike and his relatives decided to honor his father's legacy by starting a foundation taking students from New Jersey to visit the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C.
I don't really think reading books does enough, and even seeing movies does enough. It's these displays, walking through.
We talked about it in class, but nothing as detailed as a lot of these things.
For Mike, there's a bigger lesson.
That this isn't a museum, just a Jewish museum, but that this is really about stopping hatred of all kinds.
The Foundation's goal is for students to take the knowledge they acquire here in Washington and put it to action back home in New Jersey. After all, one of the main lessons of the day is not to be a bystander.
Each remembrance journey is more than a trip. It is truly a journey. A journey that allows students to meet and hear firsthand the individual stories of survivors. Witness the stark evidence at the museum. And then share their reactions. They connect the lessons of the Holocaust to what is best about America, bridging the ideals Lincoln spoke of in the Gettysburg Address, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. They commit to being upstanders and never bystanders. In a moving ceremony, they read the names of victims of Nazi persecution before leaving Washington to share what they've learned with their peers. At the end of the school year, all Remembrance Journey alumni gather together for our youth leadership seminar. They discuss the impact the journey has had on them, the lessons they've learned, and the actions they've taken. They meet survivors, learn from guest speakers, and participate in innovative activities designed to remember and be the change. Talking with survivors, they develop a friendship, a bond, a mutual gift. That they will treasure for a lifetime. And what do students think? Here are just a few comments.
I never really received many lessons in school about the Holocaust, and to hear so many first-hand accounts, so much undeniable proof and so much evidence really continued to shock me and affirm my commitment to learn more, even more about this. So you can't sit through this program and participate in it and not be deeply affected by it. They make it so personal and so imperative that you pay attention and that you act on it immediately.
It's pretty emotional, especially being Jewish. I'd previously been educated about this, and I just couldn't believe how much I still didn't know. I've also planned on going to the grammar schools to target the younger kids and just teach them as much as I can about the background of the Holocaust.
Put like a face and a name to the 6 million people that died. Like, you saw a lot of pictures of the people in there, but when you actually see like all the shoes or the locks of hair and stuff like that, that really has a lasting impression. We should be trying to accomplish, and I think what the Rebel Foundation is trying to accomplish, not only to forget not to forget the memory of the Holocaust, but to go beyond that and find the root of prejudice itself. And I think something that I really want to take back to my friends and my family and everyone else that I know is prejudice. You have to admit that you have them and deal with them and not allow them to control your life. And I think that's the single biggest lesson that we should be taking back to our friends and family.
Basically, when we first went in there, you just felt all the stories, basically. To me, I just felt all the unheard stories, even the people who didn't really have anything documented, you just felt that right there, like the power of the people and what they went through and stuff like that.
Say, like, when I first came in and I saw all the bodies, like, I was just thinking about the people in the towns over who are sitting by watching them kill all these people, and they could smell the stench of the dead bodies and how they could sit there and watch them do all this and not do anything. I think, like, how can you do that? Like, how can you really watch someone destroy a whole religion like that? It's crazy to me.
I mean, to see what they went through, what they experienced, the torture that they went through, it's something like beyond belief that any human being can endure that. That can't be allowed to happen again, and whatever anyone can do, especially like this generation, because we're the ones that are going to go into the world next, we need to teach everyone that can't happen again, to go against the anti-Semitism, the racism, the prejudice. It's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Remember, you have a choice.